The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. All right, Itsmrtaliaferro TV. How's everybody doing? Drake was turning up last night, I believe, and he was out in some sort of a club. I think he's out there in Houston. Shout out to Houston. And Drake took a little jab at Jay-Z. Drake was like, oh, what they said, don't put money to the ear. And then he was like, oh, I didn't hear that. All right. For those who don't know, if you ain't listened to Jay-Z's album 444, I don't know what to tell you at this point. I mean, damn, if you can't bootleg it after 2 or 3 weeks, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. If it's a really good body of work. And I think the line is, Jay says, y'all putting money to y'all ear. We don't call that money over here. It's something like that. Right. And Jay's pretty much calling these rappers out because these rappers feel like the big dogs. They're the big guys in their teams. But you can't talk that money talk with Hov, right? Everybody can get sunned by somebody. There's a billionaire out there that can sun Hov. But when you talk about this rap, Jay's at the top of the food chain, and so many from a business standpoint, from a money standpoint. You can't talk that talk with Hov, and they know they can't call him out on his street cred because most of these rappers don't got the type of history that Jay's had in the streets, right? They talk about a life that they don't live. Not saying everybody ain't had a bit of a story, but they ain't living that life like how Jay lived that life, right? Allegedly. And you talk about somebody in Drake who he adapts to his situation. You can see a mature Drake, a chill Drake, and then sometimes you'll see Drake when he's around the people who turned up, he'll turn into a whole different person. And we talking about Houston, y'all already know how Drake feels like he's from Houston. Drake feels like he's from like 5 to 6 different places. Drake talks about Toronto, which is where he was actually born. He talks about Houston as if he's from there. Atlanta a little bit as if he's from there. The West Coast, he got ties out there. Memphis, my hometown, he talks about like he lives in Memphis from time to time, and he won't even do a damn show in Memphis. That's just who Drake is, right? But this whole notion of Jay caring about Drake with the little shot, I don't think Jay's gonna ever care. I just thought it was childish from Drake. Like, what are you trying to talk? Drake should be the artist that we look up to, right? I look at Drake in a much more mature space, and I can't tell somebody how to count their money and put their racks to the ear. I just thought it was corny, right? If you get your bread, if you want to flex and floss with it a little bit, go right ahead. And Jay wasn't making that conversation for Drake, because Drake's not on Instagram all day with his Benjamins, right? That was for every other rapper, right? But it just was corny. It was in bad taste for him to go try to play on words or play off Jay's album. We know Drake heard the album. As a matter of fact, Drake heard Jay-Z's album the night it came out at a restaurant. They actually shut down the restaurant pretty much, and Drake requested it that Jay's 444 be played. So we know Drake heard the album. We know he's talking about Jay. We believe Jay and Drake have thrown shots at each other from time to time over the years. But it's cool though, right? It's the Michael Jordan, LeBron syndrome, right? Michael Jordan will come out and say he's the best in the world from time to time, not much. But he's only saying that because he feels threatened by this guy by the name of LeBron James, right? Jay might throw a shot at Drake from time to time because he feels threatened by that guy from the six. Not as much now as he did a couple years ago. I feel like people have taken Drake out of that #1 rapper category since the Meek beef. But we've seen these two take jabs at each other before. Nothing serious. Drake in a club, he says, what they say, don't put money to your ear? Oh, I didn't hear that. Man, Drake, if you don't get your too old for that shit ass on out of here with that, talk to me, comment box below about this. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on Itsmrtaliaferro.com, shawty.